What is up, YouTube? Hey, before I break down this Cali muscle issue with salt and sugar, I want you to I want you to click like and subscribe if you find this information helpful. Hey, my name is Schmitty. Hey, I ran 30 miles a week and I was riding 300 miles a week when I was training for triathlons, and I got hit by a car and I've been recovering and I can't do cardio anymore. I used to walk with a cane. I don't walk with a cane any longer. I learned a lot about fitness, and Cali Muscle was integral to my learning about weightlifting, bodybuilding. This is training for size, and getting my muscle symmetry back. But anyway, I'm going to break down in this video the whole issue with salt and mostly black people, right? I'm black, if you couldn't tell. But actually, more specifically, um, I have Portuguese blood in me, I have Latino blood, I have Native American blood, but mostly, I'm more than 50% black, right? So, I want to break down what he said about black people in salt, right? So this is the issue with salt. So he says salt and sugar causes inflammation, and I can say most people probably have issues with salt, right? If their diet isn't constructed properly. Now, there was a time where I had really bad allergies, right? And so my roommate at the time had a cat. And instead of kicking the cat out, I told my roommate, look, I can deal with my allergies. I'll probably find something around, some way to work around this. And I'll probably change my diet a little bit to allow the cat to still stay in our household. And so what I did was I ate salads every single day. And my tolerance for salt got better, right? And so I was wondering what was a significant issue with salt and why my tolerance for salt changed dramatically over 2 years. And I have some theories, but I want to bring it to you scientifically today. And I'm going to talk about salt, inflammation, and some of the things that you can do to reduce your risk of heart disease. And I want to tell you that it's really not in your DNA that as much as you think. It's probably in the foods that you choose to eat or not to eat. So I asked Google Bard, how might salt cause inflammation in the body? To get a good understanding, Bard responded with salt or sodium chloride is an essential mineral that plays a crucial role in various bodily functions, including maintaining fluid balance, regulating blood pressure, and transmitting nerve impulses. However, excessive salt intake has been linked to a number of adverse health effects, including inflammation. Here are some of the mechanisms by which salt may contribute to inflammation in the body. It can alter your gut microbiome, the activation of the immune system, the retention of water, oxidative stress. Now here's this biggest one, the renin-angiotensin aldosterone system, RAS activation. Salt can activate the RAS system, a hormonal pathway that regulates blood pressure. Overactivation of the RAS system can lead to inflammation of blood vessels and other tissues, right? And here are the sources right there. And so how might eating salads daily balance issues with salt or sodium causes inflammation? Cite relevant sources in LMA format. So increasing potassium intake. So eating salads can increase your potassium intake. This is very important. I'm going to allude to this. I'm going to talk about this a little bit later, but salads are typically rich in potassium, a mineral that plays a crucial role in regulating fluid balance and counteracting the effects of sodium. Potassium helps to excrete excess sodium from the body, thereby reducing its potential to cause inflammation. So if you go back to this last one, the first thing it says it can alter the gut microbiome. Eating salad can benefit the gut microbiome. Providing antioxidants. Salads can offer various antioxidants. Promoting fiber intake. Fiber, which is abundant in salads, act as a prebiotic, providing nourishment for the beneficial bacteria in the gut microbiome, as I said earlier. Reducing overall sodium intake. By incorporating salads in your daily diet, you can displace other foods that might be higher in sodium, such as processed snacks, fast food, and salty condiments. Promoting hydration. Salads often contain high water content, which helps maintain adequate hydration levels. Proper hydration is essential for overall health and can help reduce fluid retention, a potential consequence of excessive sodium intake. So my thing is that there's a whole biology and chemistry around the way sodium and potassium work together in the body, right? So it talked about hydration. If you look at hydration drinks, a lot of hydration drinks have sodium and potassium, right? So there's this thing called a pump, right? So in addition to the pump that you get from when you lift weights, there's a sodium potassium pump. So I asked Google Bard to describe and explain the biological mechanisms of the sodium and potassium electrolyte pump, cite relevant sources in the format. The sodium potassium pump, also known as the sodium potassium ATPase, is an integral membrane protein that actively transports sodium ions out of cells and potassium ions into cells. The essential pump plays a crucial role in maintaining cellular homeostasis, regulating blood pressure, and supporting various physiological processes. The mechanism of the sodium potassium pump. The sodium potassium pump is an energy-dependent transporter that utilizes adenosine triphosphate as its energy source. The pump consists of 4 main subunits, 2 alpha subunits that span the cell membrane, 2 beta subunits that cellularize the alpha subunits, and gamma subunit that interacts with ATP. The steps here are in a sodium binding, the conformational change, the potassium binding, K plus binding, ATP hydrolysis, the conformational change, the resetting the cycle. And there you go. So I'm not going to get into the weeds, but there it is, right? So it talks about the sodium potassium pump, and there are the sources at the bottom of that. And that's what I use to help me get a better tolerance for salt in my diet. And it probably reduced my likelihood of cardiovascular disease. Anyway, I just wanted to share it with you today. If you're looking for help reaching your fitness goals, seek a fitness professional. If you're looking for help reaching your wellness goals, seek a wellness professional. If you want help from me, there's resources in this video on this YouTube channel and at iHeartGains.com. I'm Smitty. I hope you reach your fitness goals, and I'll talk to you next week.